Good Wednesday morning, friends. It's me, Terry Lambertson. This is what I have for you today. I feel many are drifting into a dangerous place where triggers are being given a seat at the table, honored like elders, respected like truth bearers. Wounds are being treated like wisdom, trauma being used as leverage. Some are using their triggers to intimidate, to coerce cooperation, to bend others into silence. But a trigger is no teacher, and it ain't our guard. It is a wound asking to be healed. It is not authority. It is not truth. How did it get to rule the room anyway? Trigger don't pay no bills. Bowing to a trigger only empowers the very bondage that Christ came to break. For freedom, Christ has set us free. Do not submit again to a yoke of slavery. Galatians 5:1. You know, one of the things that it's so easy to forget about a trigger is that even though it is there through no fault of your own, right? Somebody did something to you that was traumatic. And when you feel yourself or your body remembers, because your body has a memory, right? And so when things feel like the trauma, we become triggered. We say things we wouldn't ordinarily say. We act in ways we wouldn't ordinarily act. Back that bus up a second. Even though it's not your fault, even though you never asked for that trigger, you weren't complacent in its creation, but you are responsible for how you act when you are triggered. It isn't a license to scream, yell, intimidate, use as leverage, right? A trigger is a trauma that simply needs healing. Okay, I have PTSD. I worked in a locked mental institution, and one of my clients made the psychotic break and actually tried to kill me. And okay, so understandably, he assaulted my face. He came at me in my face. It's not like he came around in back of me or anything like that. No, he came in my face. So for years, even now, I have to take a Xanax to go to the dentist because a lot of people working in my face like that, I want to get up and leave. Right? But there are things that need to be done in my mouth that take an hour sometimes, right? And there were times when I first met my husband where he would come up in back of me and I would jump. I would jump. And most of the time he took it well, but there were times when he said, "Why are you doing this? It's just me. I never." Yeah, I know you never did, dude, but my body just does this and I'm not in control of it. But you know what? Over time, um, it started happening not so often, mainly because I'm safe. And I know that now. And my body knows that it's safe and it knows it doesn't have to have those really extreme reactions. But still, every great once in a while, he will sneak up on me and I will jump a foot. And you know what, friends? We laugh. Because even though it still happens, that's my body's memory. That's not the whole flight or fight response that a trigger elicits, right? And how did that happen? Okay, it happened because I was in a wonderful relationship and I knew that I could relax. More often than not, honey, just give these things to God. Take them to the foot of the cross and leave them there. Ask God to remove it. He might do it immediately. It might work like it happened to me, was that over time, you know, but you're responsible for how you behave when you're triggered. And sometimes the kindest things that we can do is say, I need 30 minutes here. I'll be back. Right? Because that's how long it takes for the cortisol and the other brain chemicals that are spiraling out of control when you're triggered. That's how long it takes for them to be absorbed by your body. Okay. I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will be back with you again on Thursday morning. I'll see you then, friends. Bye now.